Everyone, welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I'm going to be doing a collective reading today. I've got 3 decks out. I feel like there's a spirit, a feminine spirit, a goddess, if you will, that really wants to speak something almost into your ears, give you clarification on something, but I haven't heard the message yet. Kuan Yin, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. As somebody who has survived, abuse and abusive relationships, manipulative relationships, and that's not just romantic relationships. This is something, I apologize for my dogs. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Okay, guys, I'm back. But as I was saying, I have a hard time and have had a hard time giving compassion to those people who have wronged me. I have had a hard time. I think now I'm at a place where compassion doesn't mean that you're like, oh, well, this person's been through a lot in their life, so it's kind of not their fault that they did me wrong. You know what I say to that? Complete BS. Complete BS. Because I too have been through a lot in my life, and my heart isn't in a place where I want to be those people. So I feel like it a lot of it has to do with choice. And so maybe what this Kuan Yin goddess is trying to tell us is that it's really more compassion for yourself and to release judgment on yourself and to release feeling compelled to feel any sort of way about those oppressors that you've had in your lifetime. Compassion for yourself. Allowing yourself to grow, allowing yourself to be still. And see the blue in here? This is your heart chakra. So allowing yourself to speak your truth. If you have to share your story because it makes you feel better, that could be seen as like a testimony of sorts. Like, this is what I've seen in my life, and these things I have been able to survive and thrive out of. And then this purple right here, this is your connection to the divine. Have so much compassion with yourself and release giving these other people as much of your energy as you possibly can, so that your spirituality can grow. And then we have this pink down here. So that's your lower chakras. So that's healing that which once made you feel unstable. And going right back to and allowing yourself to grow. Release judgment about yourself and others. Because I think a lot of time what happens when you have been in an oppressive, abusive, toxic, whether that was your upbringing or that happened early in your adult life, or you just recently survived through that, you can very easily fall into a pit of hatred, of resentment, of revenge, wanting to get revenge. And all that does is close down and misalign these typical 7 chakras that we talk about in spirituality today. And if you don't really believe in the energetic chakra field, then it misaligns your body. You hold that anger. You hold that pain. And the more and more you focus on being angry with this person, these people, the sicker you become. the more frail you become. Your hair starts falling out. You start turning gray. You start aging. You start getting sick a lot. You start feeling aches and pains in your feet and your back because it's just unstable. So Kuan Yin is really saying, bring that energy back to you so that you can find alignment and that you can grow. What else is in the cards for the collective? Have that compassion for yourself. Release judgment for... release the judgment that you have on yourself of how you showed up in those connections. And it says, and focus on the love and light that is within everybody. You don't necessarily have to give these, it's up to you. You handle your journey the way that you feel compelled and called to the time now where as I'm recording this is 2:22. Okay. So this is a sign. You can handle your journey however you want to. Spirit is just saying that it's better to evolve when you have love and light in your heart and in your aura. It's easier to release, to heal, and to open the doors to new blessings when you do that. I've said this before. I can't remember the actual quote, but it goes something like, and I'm not the one, I'm quoting somebody else. Terrence Howard is who I'm quoting. God resides in all of us. You just need to make sure that you show yours first. Which means if somebody's coming at you and is presenting themselves to you, you want to make sure that you show yourself in such a genuine way that the one that is intended to harm you knows they cannot penetrate you immediately and leaves you alone. And the one that is here to help you grow in a loving way is here to support you. The ones that match you energetically, the door is open for those people. I've done a few readings today, and doors opening and doors closing are very, that message is dominant. In one of my, so now I feel like I'm called to these tarot cards. Let me look. So just stay with me, okay? Because I feel like this is important. If you're new to my channel, you never know what you're going to get. If you've been here with me for a while, then you know to stay tuned. So just stay tuned. And either way, what I would love from anybody watching up to this point is if you interact with this video. Comment down below where you're watching this from, how it resonates with you. And if at the end of this, you feel like you need to claim any part of this video, do so that you can bring it into your energy. You're like, well, what is she doing right now? I am going through these cards to find the Four of Pentacles because this is very important. When I was talking about doors opening and doors closing, the Four of Pentacles usually talks about control. And in this particular depiction, this one is a woman who has found control in her own life. And the reason why I'm going through the cards as is because I had the cards already cleansed on my desk, ready to go. These were the cards that were told to me from Spirit that I needed to pull from. And what you can do in your tarot deck sometimes is you can, if you're called to a specific card, you can go straight to that card in the deck and it will tell you what it is that you need to work on around that card. You'll have a card in front and a card in back of that card. And it'll tell you exactly what you need to know concerning said card. Okay, so here we go. In the middle here is the Four of Pentacles that I'm talking about. So this is a person who has figured out what works for her energetically. It's not toxic, is not, meets her energetically, right? Where she's at, or even pushes her to be where she wants to go. But it's all in love and light. We're going back to this Kuan Yin. So she has it close hold. She figured it out. So she has it close hold, close to her energy. And she's so unbothered by the outside world because she's figured out what actually does work for her. And she's figured out that she can close the door on anything that does not, on anyone that does not. Her abusers, the people that tried to manipulate her, the situations that tried to manipulate her, those toxic work environments, so on and so forth. And she holds a boundary. So much so that there is a door behind her that is locked. She's got the key. She's sitting there so non-stressed that she is doing her nails. Just sitting there. I know what I have to offer. I know exactly what I no longer want. And therefore, I lift my hands of it. What was in front of that is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has come to a place in her life that she can look back over her whole life and have a very clear understanding, inner knowing. This happened because of this. This happened because of that. And I regret nothing. Because if any of those players in my life, puzzle pieces, would not have gone where they went as a part of my life's journey, then I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And I wouldn't know the things that I know right now. And she speaks that. Sometimes you could just tell from her face, no, not today, not this one. And sometimes she has to tell people, no. And be very unapologetic about it. She might even say it in a super humorous way, but I think it's only to soften the blow. Because she understands, because of her life experience, that not everybody can take the truth. Her truth. And what's on the other side of this Four of Pentacles is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is a lot of grounding energy. So you connecting, again, here's some more grounding energy with this locust at the bottom of Kuan Yin. You are very grounded in this new truth, in this new unapologetic, unbothered sort of energy of which you exude. And all you're doing is just taking it in. And you are super focused on continuing to take it in. Take in what? The love, the light, the lessons, the compassion for yourself. This message from Spirit. What else do we have for the collective? Pulling a different deck now. What else do we have for the collective? You know why? Because you are somebody special in the Astros. This is not your first time here. This is not your first time here. This is the second time I received this message today. Today. Your body, 1414 on the clock. Confirmation in my throat. Excuse me. Your body, like this personification of your soul right now, has come to the realization that this pettiness that you've been presented in this life, with all of these people that choose to get on the bus of hatred and malice and imbalance, and these people that choose to stay in their toxic sort of demonic energy, you're like, I've seen stuff like this before and I've overcome stuff like this before. So in this lifetime, I'm not staying here much longer. No, actually no longer. Yeah, I feel like I'm talking to people who are now realizing, waking up to how magical they are. More for the collective, please. I feel like I'm talking to a bunch of, yeah, you're not afraid of the shadow work. You're not. You're not. You see what is both, I guess if we dumb it down a little bit, you can see what is both good and bad in you. Okay, let's not say it like that. You can see what is both beneficial to your growth and what has stifled your growth. You can see where you are the problem in certain things. And you're dealing or have dealt with that. You don't have any problem anymore. None. Unbothered. Okay, so this is you in like a conversation with somebody. Oh, okay, so I'm too much for you? Cool. Moving on. Like, this is what I'm getting. What else for the collective? Okay, we don't match. We don't have that much in common. Cool. There are people out there that I have I have plenty in common with. Ooh, abundance. Now, a lot of people will look at these abundance cards and say, an inheritance is coming down to you. And it can be, something like that. The message that I'm getting a lot stronger than that is you figuring out, when I said that, you're magical, you figuring out that your manifestation energy is high, is very high. Even though you've been around toxic people in your life, and you've been victimized, a victim in different aspects of your life, you can still see, because you're able to look back in this Queen of Swords energy, you can still see when you're really lucky to leave just in time, to survive an attack of some sort, so on and so forth. So that you can actually tell that you have these powers inside of you. And now you're like, now that I'm clear of what it is that I want in my life, let me bring in some more blessings. And I know how to do that. And for everybody out there tuning in on this message, it's going to be different. But you know that you have the ability to create because of your connection to Source, to God, yourself. Look at that. Look at this. Two people making the exact same, sitting the exact same way. What does that say to you? More grounded energy. And just, how from Frozen she says, let it go, let it go. That's not the key. That is not how you're supposed to sing it. But the Let It Go song, I was getting from this one, I was saying, let it flow. Like you just let it flow. I wonder if you just speak to your spirit team, like your prayers sound like you're talking to a friend. Just a regular old conversation. And that's what's worked best for you. Unconditional love. You're surrounded by so much support. So much support. And you recognize it. You recognize how powerful you are and have been throughout your lifetimes. That it's like, some people might say that what I'm about to say is taboo, But it's like, because you recognize that, let's say if you're religious, that Jesus is within you, that his eternal life force is within all of us, that we are all connected, that we're all connected to God, the creator. We're all connected in this one huge, magical, energetic universe. So I'm not saying that you look at your spiritual teams as like peers. You still have respect in your heart, yet the way that you communicate with them is real every day, if you will. You're just so comfortable connecting to different dimensions in spiritual ways. And if you were raised religious, you're real comfortable looking back on the lessons from different books of different sort of religious books and seeing it differently than you did as a child. You know, like your pastor, your bishop, or your rabbi wanted you to look at it like this, and this was a take-home message for this day at church or this day at worship or whatever. But as an adult, you're remembering some of these teachings as a kid, and you're like, for me now as an adult, it means something completely different, but I can totally relate to this person or this story, and I can apply it to my life now. And you're also realizing that is that's not harmful because it serves you. That's part of the compassion that you're finding within yourself. Yeah, and it's helping you invent this new, stronger version because of all of the clarity that you are receiving from your outside environment. It's like one clarification message after another, one synchronicity after another, one angel number after another, one manifestation being realized after another. One more card, please. And it's starting small. It's starting small. It's like small things that you see are coming about. Some people call them manifestations coming to fruition, and some people call them blessings. You can call it whatever in the heck you want it to call. Some people call it synchronicity. Some people call it magic, blah, blah, blah. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but you're seeing like more and more all of these magical sort of synchronicities are really small, but you're aware enough to see them, and you're like, this is a stepping stone to something huge. Look at this leap of faith. North Star. That's a connection. What is this leap of faith for the collective? What is this leap of faith for the collective? It's a death card. Freedom. Here's more truth, outspoken truth. Epiphanies. This is the Knight of Pentacles. You're like, bring it on. Spirit, bring it on. Tell me. Tell me what I need to know. And you're listening carefully. You just know for a fact that because your life started out so hard and heavy, and that you've been surrounded by so many, there goes my head, and that you have been surrounded by so many seemingly demonic but definitely dark forces, toxic environments. You just know for a fact that things are going to turn and turn in your favor. What does the collective still not see coming? Some of y'all might actually be moving. But some people say that for the Six of Swords. Some of y'all might actually be moving, but really what I'm getting off of this is going from the land of the dead to the land of the living. Finding relief. What else does the collective not see coming? Now, this could be you or this could be somebody else's energy, but this is the King of Wands. This is inspiration. Tell me more about this King of Wands. I think that you are going to have to deal with some people that don't believe what you believe. Why is this important for the collective? Because I really feel like you're like, okay. Why is this important for the collective to know? Because it's going to lead you to your independence. I feel like there's like one final cut. I really feel like there's one final cut, one final chord, one final obstacle. You need to open your heart. No, your heart is open. I think a lot of y'all don't see a King of Fire coming your way. Now, if you're new to tarot, and I'm sorry for those who aren't, but if you're new to tarot, that doesn't mean it's a man, okay? That could just be somebody who's very good looking, very charismatic. Yeah. Somebody's coming back or coming. Is this for the collective's greatest and highest good? 100%. This is your yin to your yang, or your yang to your yin. This is your balance. What don't you see coming? Balance either within yourself, embodying a King of Wands, or for those of you who are very sensitive right now about receiving, open-hearted, I would say, about receiving reciprocated love. It's coming. One more on this. If this is your, yeah, it's coming and it's going to change your life. It's going to liberate you. Yin and yang. This is your balanced partner. Look at that. This changes everything. Look at this. Do you see this timer right here? The sand timer? The sand is almost out. The sand is almost gone. Man, my head is itching like crazy. My head and my face. What does that mean? We're on to something, baby. This is a relationship. For those people who are watching this and they're saying, I don't want another relationship. Okay. Then this is you finally feeling at peace within yourself. And if you're saying, well, I finally feel at peace within myself, this is saying, well, at work, would you like to grow? Would you like to get inspired to expand a little bit more? I hope so. because you're going to get to a point where you're going to be filled with so much abundance from your work situation that you're going to like, this is like retirement and looking back and saying, shh, I did all of that and I am sitting in luxury. And then for those of you who are open-hearted for love, this is that yin to your yang. This is the soulmate stuff. Look at that, Magician. What did I talk about? I was talking about manifesting earlier, right? You need to also be prepared for this. No, you are prepared. Oh, I'm prepared, you said. Oh, I'm prepared. Oh, I'm prepared. When? Well, I can't answer when because this is a collective reading, so it's going to be different for everybody. But what did I say earlier about this tower? What did I say earlier about this tower? This tower is happening soon. Don't think that the tower is going to be this huge, nasty thing. It isn't always like that. As a matter of fact, in this depiction of the tower, there's nobody falling out of the tower. This isn't like a gross depiction of a tower. So this is leading me to believe that this isn't, some of the tower moments that you felt in your past where it felt like your heart was being ripped out of your chest. If anything, somebody's going to soothe that wound, or you're going to feel so much at ease that that wound doesn't itch anymore. Or you're going to feel completely inlined so that you can open the door. Remember, that was where this was coming, all started. Open the door to this abundance. One last card for the collective, please. Got the Page of Wands. Yeah, you're excited about it. Remain excited about it. As a matter of fact, you need to put down in the comments how excited you are about this energy. How enthusiastic you are about this energy, and how much you will remain in your magnificent power. When this energy presents itself, you're not going to get swayed. Remember, you are the Queen of Swords. You've been there. You've done that. You've learned about yourself. You've done the work. And that shit wasn't easy. But now you're like, okay, that wasn't easy. But this pattern that I'm holding right now is not sustainable. There's something coming. And so that leap of faith is saying is you continuing to push that energy towards this happiness that is being projected towards you, to push that last little door open all the way so that the energy can make its way into where you can see it, where it's tangible, where it's no longer just in your dreams and in the astrals and in the fifth dimension, that stuff that you hear. And you're gonna tackle this, whichever one of those three scenarios, with such fire. Optimistic. You're going to be, the optimism is coming up. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. I'm protected. I'm secure in who I am. I'm ready. That's how you're going to tackle it. You're going to be so motivated by whatever this is. Love, outward love, romantic love, self-love, or growth in your finances, your job, your career. I'm ready. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. I'm ready. Yeah. Hey, I claim it too. I'm here for it, guys. I'm here for it. If you want to work with me in any capacity, that information is down below. I do collective readings just like this. I do personal readings. I do zodiac specific readings. Starting next week, I will come back and tackle the 12 zodiac signs again. And I think we'll probably do some, I don't know, some fun stuff. Stay tuned. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.